and we are continuing the Pandora Secrets Revealed. The Door of Mystery has revealed this information to us. We are talking about the secrets left behind in Pandora, where they were bugs or Easter eggs, or, of course, all of the precious diamonds that were hidden in the various locations. And so far I've revealed 7 to you. There should be 8 right now, but I'm going to save probably the hardest diamond to find for last. Even though I've said in the last video that the hardest diamond to find was the one up underneath the overhang. Oh, hey, squid. But I think the one I'm going to tell you about at the very end is actually the hardest. Because it's not even in the game. It's super tricky. So we are sailing along under the ground, and we are almost to Pandora, where it all went down. Actually, it all went down in Andonicus, but no, there are no diamonds in the tunnel. I would only do that if I made other locations in the tunnel. It might be a Pandora 2 thing, you never know. But we have to get off the train right here. Why? Because there's a diamond up here. Right there. Say, come on, Sword, really? Yep. I think somebody found that one. But there it is. Okay, so maybe in the tunnel, yes, if you consider that in the tunnel. But see, we're outside now. So it's not actually in the tunnel. It's in the open tunnel. Obviously, we forfeit our ride. I'll have to put down another one. Maybe that's why I put so many minecarts. You know what? Come back to me! Why the heck won't these saplings combine? Sapling, sapling. That's interesting. Is that a bug or because I have a mod installed? Who knows? There we are. Now we're sailing along epically. Alright. Now, the first diamond I grab is easy to me. It's right over here in the basement. Right in the chest cart. Oh yeah, there's 9 diamonds. I have to go down to the 3rd story code, obviously, to flip the switch so that I can progress. So you think the story codes were hidden. The diamonds are definitely... That's all I have to do, because that opens the door to the power plant control room. That's why that switch is there. That's why it doesn't open the one to Andonicus. It's designed to confuse you. Because you end up right back here. Troll face. And it should be... Look at all these cards. Yeah, this was designed just to show some chaos. Why not? Another diamond we're going to find is outside. Because there's not much going on out here in Pandora, but there is one diamond hidden up on the hill behind the train station. And that'll be our 10th diamond secret revealed. You gotta do a little platforming to get up to this. And there it is. Diamond 10! Oh yeah! I'm gonna go to the bed again so we can do all this in the light. At least the light that we have, because half the game takes place underground, so that's why you get the clock in the railcar control room. Because if you want to save the game, it's easier to tell what the heck time of day it is if you got a clock. So let me go to the bed and sleep. Totally sweet. There. Now, the next diamond is located on the bridge, or right after the bridge. I'm going to show it to you now. But it's not all that difficult to find, it's just kind of out of the way. You kind of have to break the rules to find some of these. Also, it is imperative that you grab the armor. The armor, you don't just find armor for no reason. If you don't put this armor on, you probably don't play much Minecraft on any difficulty but peaceful, because you need it, okay? I literally blow you up later on in the game, and if you don't have that armor on, you're not surviving the blast, and you gotta go back. When you find armor, you wear it. It's that simple. Oh, by the way, this puzzle, this was my first attempt at AND gates using redstone. So if I chop away some of the... Oh, no, I can't do that. It's in the wall here. Down here is my first attempt. You can check that out. Just dig a hole in the floor right where I did, or put a hole right here and you'll find stairs. And it's just 2 circuits wired. This switch is already flipped, so if you flip this one and then that one, the door doesn't open. They have to both be down. But one's already down to confuse you, because that's how puzzle games work. Trial and error. So here's the bridge, and the next diamond, you just find this by escaping the limits, because you can get off of the bridge by using the tree. And then you go over here, so it looks like there's a little stairs here in the dirt, and you come down here, and there's the next diamond hidden right underneath it, or close. So that's that diamond. And now, also all of this was for show, because this is just so awesome. I love this map just for this. And it kind of does remind me of the floating islands of Pandora, so that's why it's called that. The water, by the way, is not naturally occurring. I put that there to further enhance that idea. And yes, this used to be developed, but it was all destroyed in the accident. And that's the story, or the way it goes. So the only way back up here, I'm pretty sure you had to get to the top of this and jump. It's not working right now, but that was the idea. So let me use some of this wool that I found to get back onto the main path, because the next diamond is also kind of tricky. It's another area, the whole area that was designed just for this. You can go around here. Obviously there's fence, so you think this might be a place of interest. And we've got some things on fire so you can see in here. But the idea is to get around here. This diamond was also discovered by, I think, by Toucan Boy. So around, you go on top of this piping here, and there we are. Another diamond. Excellent. So that's that one. Now, for some reason there's light here. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Oh, maybe it's my torch. That's right. So that's that diamond. And we're going to go up into the power plant. There are no diamonds hidden in the power plant, like in dark areas and that. It's just dark to enhance the idea that there is no power, because they built this before they discovered glowstone. Plus, I kind of could have done something with the walls, made some more signs or whatever, but I didn't. I really like that too. It kind of gives you a wow factor as to how much space is actually taken up by this area. Plus, this was all added at the last minute of the game to give this area more playtime. I didn't want it to just be, you know, a quick thing. You run, you find the story code, and then you move on. I wanted it to have some kind of, you know, experience to it. And I think this power plant, the power plant was designed early on, but the bridge coming out of it was later. That I wired it all back to the train station, just so you could get an idea of what was going on. Make it fit the story, all that good stuff. But like I said, there's no diamonds up there. There's just one hidden in the basement part. So we come over here, we get our nice little story code, and when we get in the car, when you flip this switch, it actually sends a signal to a rail cart all the way up there. On the top of this bridge, there's redstone going all the way across with a bunch of inverters. And when that signal reaches this area right up here, you can see the track right there. The cart drops down and goes down onto a detector rail, and then that opens the door to Andonicus, which is why you end up back in the basement. And that's Pandora. And the diamonds that it held. So 5 diamonds in Pandora. I'm pretty sure that's all there was. Yeah, I didn't hide anything over here. I just, that was all for show. So yeah, this is it. Not bad. That was one of the first diamonds. I think that was the first time I hid, by the way. The one that was over on the hill there. When I decided to make the 25 diamonds rich request. And of course we've got our flip cart system. And away we go! Said Nuketard Maximus got a kick out of that one. There we go! So there's a kind of a shout out. So on our way to Pandora, we are blown off of the bridge. And this is why the armor is here, so that you really get the full effect of this. The timing on this had to be so perfect, so that by the time you reach the TNT, you're blown into the air and fall straight down into the sewer. It's designed to be scary. And I apologize to the people who were killed by it. I didn't really intend for that to happen. But it was supposed to go like this. Whoa, what happened? What happened? I think I actually got, what's his name now? I got somebody with that, and they actually did it the right way, and it was cool. So now we're in the sewer. The next beginning of the next major area of the game. There are no diamonds in the drainage ditch. There are no diamonds in the tunnel. But we do get the clock item down here. And this room was made right before I discovered the zombie mod. I dug this entire room out by hand and decorated it without the zombie mod. But the next room with the chest carts in it, I was digging it out and I finally discovered zombie mod, and it just changed everything. So we'll flip these. That opens the hatch. But before we go there, we have to go up here because there's a diamond up here. This gives you, even if you're playing on a difficulty, this shaft gives you just enough time in health. You might lose a heart or two, but hey, that's what the pork is for, right? It's designed to just give you enough time to get up in here, and there's another diamond hidden in the waterway. This actually used to take you all the way to the surface because I wanted there to be some water flowing down into this to make it more dynamic, like it was an actual sewer drainage system. But I had to block it off, and I hit a diamond up there because obviously you don't want to get to the surface because you appeared outside the borders. So the maintenance access. Now, the next diamond I kind of forgot about, and I'm sorry to anyone who couldn't find this one, but if you break the glass here and you go into this rail system, there is a chest cart parked back here. And inside this chest cart is a diamond. So if you saw this and you took the time to look in here and say, hey, I've never been, the whole game I went through this and I never went in this area, well, that's why, because it was a diamond. So there you go. So we run up here, and I'm not going to collect anything in the supply chest because I don't need to. I am, however, going to show you a little bit of the background of this, because this whole area there's so much redstone surrounding you right now, you don't even know. This whole area is just completely surrounded by it. The way we show this, I guess I'll just punch these out. This was my access door for the redstone circuitry, and there was a lot of flying and a lot of goings on back here to make all of this work the best that I could. It's probably close to 3,000 pieces of redstone make Pandora work. Because one of the things you notice is in this room there is this glass here and you see this track, but you never actually get to access this track. No, I did not hide a diamond down there, because that's not somewhere you're actually supposed to be able to go. But this is the background of the game. As you can see, it is several layers high, and there is redstone absolutely everywhere. Gates all over the place. These are clay, so I could know to use them, but this is all just circuits upon circuits. And this is just the main circuit room. But this was a true pain to design. I want to show you the background of this. The first cart that you released to open the hatch ends up right here. that turns on the redstone, which is connected to the AND gate that activates this first light. So you have to complete the first puzzle, which is wired, and this does go all the way down to the minecart puzzle. When all 5 switches are pressed, it activates the other part of the gate, because right now there's only one input that's turned on. It's the second one too, because if it was the first one, that means you could hit the switch before you completed the puzzle, and that wouldn't work. But these are the 4. They come down really simple out here, and I also had to invert it right here so that the torch would come on when you flip the switch below. But it also had to be wired to the other AND gate that it was attached to for the puzzle, so that you had to complete the puzzle first, and then when activated it would trip the next minecart and it would travel safely. So the first puzzle is routed all the way down here. All the way down here, and down, 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 down. And here we are. So this is underneath the mine shaft puzzle, where you have to put the mine carts on the detector rails, and basically I just have the detector rail right there on this block, and then it activates the redstone, because that's how it works. And I just had to wire it so that once they all wired together, so this AND gate had to be tripped to activate the first part of this one. That AND gate had to be activated at the second one. It didn't matter what order they were in, as long as they were all wired to a final AND gate that would process the input from the first one, which comes from right here. That's button number 1. So when all the other ones were satisfied and button number 1 was on, that would activate the door. But I also had to wire this so that it would activate the first switch in blue line. When you come over here, right now when I come up this tunnel, I'm now standing next to the blue line door. And I can bust out of here so you can see this. See, look where I am. This is blue line. Now this was a mistake. I don't know what happened, but there's supposed to be obsidian here to prevent you from going through. So sorry about that. That was a true honest-to-God glitch. But when you activate the puzzle in the red line, it opens the door down there so you can come back out of the doorway there. It lets you flip this switch so you can open this door, and it also is wired to this way. And it goes up the hall over here to turn on the input for the red and green line, because the sign says you have to activate red and blue to get green and yellow. Well, if you did one but not the other, they might open early. So it was wired 3 times, once to its own door, once to the blue line door, and once to the orange line door, or the green line door. These inputs are from blue line, and these pertain to the bridge switches, because you had to activate the upper bridge half and the lower bridge half in order to make the blue line puzzle complete, so that you could go into the green line and continue. And I had to think of a way, because I don't know how to program Redstone yet, so I had to think of a way, when you flip the switch, what happens if you flip it again, just for fun? Well, the way I prevented an error is when you flip the switch, it drops this minecart onto a detector rail. So no matter what happens, how many times you flip that switch, it only accepts it the first time, and it's always on after that, no matter what you do. Same thing goes for the other input. This minecart comes down, activates this detector rail, which activates this redstone, like this. And that way, even if you unflip the switch, just for the heck of it, it'll still stay on so that the door will be open as expected. Little technical stuff like that had to be thought of so that things would not get messed up. This down here was never used. This was supposed to be, when you activated the blue line door, that's that little sneaky dispenser with the arrows in it. And this was supposed to spin infinitely and fire arrows at you until it ran out. But I left it there as a troll. So let's get out of the belly of the beast here, because I missed a diamond in showing you this. And I'm going to show it to you now. Actually, I'm going to show it to you in another video, because this one's already run 20 minutes. So We'll continue this in the next video. Thanks for watching.